Hello, good evening, abundant beings. Today I'm really happy to start the series, the Abundance series, and today is the first session. And we have a very awesome personality with us, Mrs. Vandana Gupta. She's our physical and the yoga expert. And if you can see, she's always smiling, always happy, and always happy to help others. Today, she is taking a small session on the Ashtanga Yoga, the 8 limbs of yoga. And she'll be able to help us understand how it relates to the 8 domains of life. Because, in the Abundance Club, we have done 8 segments which relates to different aspects of our life. The ninth one is the abundance and happiness, which is the center. So I request Vandana ji to start. Before that, I just wish to introduce and give you a small introduction of Vandana ji. Vandana ji, by education qualification, she is a BCom honors, and she did a Sahyog Sikshak from Patanjali. She is a yoga teacher and evaluator, and she is a yoga level 3 certified professional from Ministry of Ayush. Very strong communication skills. And she is, a lifelong learner. She always try to help, try to learn, and try to pass it on to all others. From last almost 1 year during this COVID period, she thought, why not we focus on giving what we have? And she is the best in the yoga, the meditation, and related domain. So she started giving it to all. I'll not take much time. I'll request Vandana ji to please start the session. Thank you, Vandana ji. Thanks all for it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. So to start the session, let's sit comfortably where we are sitting. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And with the out breath, please chant Om with me. Om.
Volume कम वॉल्यूम बढ़ा
Now gently open your eyes. Abracadabra, khulja sim sim. We all believe in magic. Rather, we wait for one to happen. But most of the time, when we are looking for abundance, we are searching for it outside us. We feel that we will get something from the outer world. It may be a big house, a big car, a lot of salary, a lot of money in our wallet, in our bank accounts. But it's not the true abundance because it can be lost, it can be taken away in the fraction of a second. Abundance is something which nobody can take away from you, but which you can give away freely to everyone. So most of the time, we are not being able to find the true abundance because we are not looking at the right place. We are trying to find out outside, whereas it is deep within us. So when we feel abundant, we try to give everything we have. So abundance is basically, feeling our divine qualities. Just connected to our divine qualities. I just request everyone to mute the mic. They can keep their video on, but the mic's mute. Thank you. So to find abundance, we keep searching it to all places and just leave the inside of our being. And that's the true place where the abundance can be found. So to find abundance, we have to go inside deeper and connect with ourselves. Yoga is also about connecting. Yoga means to join. In it, we combine the mind with the soul and the soul with the supreme consciousness. So once our body, mind, soul is combined with the supreme consciousness, yoga happens. Yoga is not just doing a few asanas or pranayams. It is a way of living. It makes you feel happy inside. And then when you get that happiness, you spread it all around you. Patanjali was a great saint. Around 1700 years ago, he wrote Yoga Sutra, which has 195 Yoga Sutras. Sutra means धागा. धागा जो है वो काम करता है हम लोगों को जोड़ने का, बांधने का. साथ ही साथ ये धागे को हम कैसे भी यूटिलाइज करें ये हमारे ऊपर. इस धागे से हम एक माला भी बना सकते हैं और इस माला को सजाएंगे कैसे, फूलों से, सोने से, डायमंड से, मोतियों से, वो चॉइस हमारी. पतंजलि ने हमें सिर्फ धागा दे दिया. अब इन सूत्रों को कैसे इस्तेमाल करना है ये हमारे ऊपर. So it's such a beautiful thing he has done. He has given us the base, he has given us the foundation, and everybody understands and interprets yoga in his own unique way. So Patanjali has given and defined 8 limbs of yoga. These limbs are just like limbs of our body. We cannot say that, our right leg is more important or our left hand is more important. All our limbs are important for us and they work in coordination and cooperation with each other. So the same happens with the limbs of yoga. These 8 limbs are yama, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. So to understand what yoga is, we need to understand these 8 limbs. And not understanding them is not enough. We have to learn how to use them in our day-to-day life. That's the beauty of yoga. So let's have a brief understanding of what these 8 limbs are about. So the first limb is yama. Yama defines the principles of social conduct, how we are interacting with people. There are 5 yamas, which are satya, ahimsa, asteya, aparigraha, and brahmacharya. Satya, as we all know, means not telling a lie. But in yoga, it is not confined just not to tell a lie. It is expressing and experiencing our true divine qualities. If we are experiencing kindness, love, happiness, compassion, these are the qualities. If we experience and express, we are expressing that. If we are entangled in our past or future, we are restraining from the truth which is the present moment. So just being present in the present moment is also expressing Satya. And the person who is well established in Satya, all his intentions start coming true. Now the question comes, how to incorporate this Satya in our day-to-day life? So if we are true and honest to ourselves, and we are expressing our divine qualities of love, compassion, and kindness to everyone, we are expressing Satya. Now next, come to the next yama, that's asteya. Asteya means not stealing. Not stealing is just not confined to stealing some materialistic things. If you are stealing somebody's confidence by putting him down, you are practicing, stealing. किसी के आइडियाज को चुराना भी, किसी को कॉपी करना भी चोरी में ही आता है. So they say have your own style. Because you are unique, your style is unique. So there is no need to copy anyone. So if we have to practice asteya in our life, stop copying anyone. Stop, putting somebody down. Don't steal the confidence. Don't steal the self-confidence either of yourself or of somebody else. So we are practicing asteya. And the one who is well established in asteya, the doors of abundance is open to. ये सबसे बड़ा फायदा है. अगर हम कुछ नहीं चुराते तो सारा खजाना हमारे पास है. Then comes the third, that's ahimsa. Ahimsa is not just confined to the physical level, but at the mental level also. If you are hurting somebody's feeling by speaking loudly, that is also हिंसा. ये हम सोचते ही नहीं कि हमने किसी से जोर से बात की तो हमने उसके साथ हिंसा की. नहीं, हम सोचते कि किसी को फिजिकली हार्म नहीं किया तो हम तो अहिंसा फॉलो करते हैं. अहिंसा हमें फॉलो करना है इवन इन आवर थॉट्स, इन आवर एक्शंस, इन आवर डीड्स. अब इस अहिंसा को हम रोज अपनी डेली प्रैक्टिस में कैसे लाएं? So if you are kind to yourself while doing your asana practice, you are practicing ahimsa. कुछ लोग समझते हैं कि आसन करने में अगर हमने शीर्ष आसन किया, बहुत कठिनाई हुई हमें, लेकिन फिर भी हमें करना है. That's not the goal. You are doing hinsa to your body. You're not being kind and passionate to yourself. So first be kind to yourself and stop this hinsa. And one who is well established in ahimsa, so those who come in the close contact also drop their tendency to do hinsa. आपने देखा होगा कि किसी भी ऋषि के पास हम जाते हैं, किसी भी सेंट के पास अगर हम जाते हैं, तो हमारे मन में जो नेगेटिव फीलिंग्स होती हैं, जो हिंसा के भाव होते हैं, वो अपने आप खत्म हो जाते हैं. That's the beauty of following ahimsa. Now we come to the fourth thing. That's aparigraha. Aparigraha is non-accumulation. Most of the time, due to the fear of future, we start accumulating things. But if we replace the fear with the faith, there is no need to possess anything. There is no need to accumulate anything. We feel the abundance if there is no fear. And this can be easily replaced with the faith. So the one who is well established in aparigraha, all the past knowledge he has accumulated is available to him. कई बार हमें लगता है कि इसको छोटी सी उम्र में इतना ज्ञान कैसे है. वो इसलिए होता है क्योंकि पास्ट कर्मा में, पास्ट लाइफ में जितनी भी नॉलेज होती है, अगर हम ये फॉलो कर रहे हैं अपरिग्रह को, अगर हम संचित नहीं कर रहे चीजों को, तो वो भी हमें अवेलेबल होती है. ये हमारे लिए एक सबसे बड़ी बात है. So by understanding all these we know how to conduct our social behavior. All these things put together helps us in having a good behavior towards everyone. Now come to the second link, that's नियम. अब कुछ नियम हमें पतंजलि ने दिए जिसको फॉलो करके हम अपनी लाइफ को और भी सुंदर बना सकते हैं. ये 5 नियम हैं: शौच, संतोष, तप, स्वाध्याय और ईश्वर प्रार्थना. शौच means cleanliness. Cleanliness of the body, cleanliness of the mind, and cleanliness of the soul. How to keep our body clean, everybody knows externally. But internally, how to keep our body clean, we have certain yogic kriyas. षटकर्म हम बोलते हैं, इसमें धौती, बस्ती, मेथी, इस तरह की क्रियाएं आती हैं जिससे हम अपनी बॉडी को इंटरनली क्लीन. Then comes the cleaning of the mind. If our mind is clean, if our mind is clear from all the clutter, there's a lot of clarity and purity in our life. And once the soul becomes pure, nothing like it. You become a bliss for everyone, for yourself, first for yourself. So, cleanliness is very important to purify ourselves and to get a better clarity. Now come to the second niyam, that is santosh. Santosh means contentment. Contentment of what you have and who you are. Once you are contented with what you have and who you are, the doors of happiness and gratitude is wide open for yourself. There is no suffering. If you're a contented person, you will not suffer in life at all. Because there won't be any scarcity, there won't be any need. You know, एक भिखारी भी जो है, अगर उसके पास संतोष है, तो वो दुनिया का सबसे अमीर आदमी. तो आप ये संतोष कैसे practice करें? So to practice in our daily life, while doing asanas, if we feel if whatever our body has been able to do, let's express gratitude. Most of the time, we are expressing complaints. Oh, I cannot, take my arm that back. It should be going back. I should be able to do this asana. But we fail to express our gratitude for whatever we can. Once we start expressing our gratitude and focus on what we can't do is taken care of. It's a magic. It starts happening just to the fraction of a second. So now come to the third niyam, that is swadhyay. Swadhyay means study of the self. Most of the time we are busy, studying the others, what other people are doing, what they are doing in the world, but we don't know what we are doing, what we are feeling, why we are feeling, what we are doing, why we are doing this. There's no focus on ourselves. So Swadhyay teaches us how to, learn ourselves, learn our true self. When we start learning about ourselves, we start accepting ourselves, and then we start loving ourselves. We become more compassionate towards ourselves. And the same feelings are then expressed, in each and every relation. And then each and every relation start turning to be very beautiful. And in Swadhyay, we also study good literature and also spend time in the company of intellectual people. We learn from them. So our intelligence quotient also multiplies manyfold once we start practicing Swadhyay. So how to practice Swadhyay in your daily life? Just make it a habit of learning one new thing every day. It may be a small thing, but start learning one new thing every day. And then if you can teach that one thing to somebody, even that may be even one person, that's the beauty of your life. You become magical for everyone and for yourself also. Now we'll come to the fifth niyam, and that's Ishwar Pranidhan. Ishwar Pranidhan means surrender. Surrendering to the Supreme Soul. So while doing everything, we surrender ourselves. And then after doing whatever we were supposed to do, we surrender the fruit of our karma also to the highest power. So when we are not attached to the outcome, so the input we would be able to give multiplies many. अगर हमें ये डर नहीं है कि हमारे को क्या रिजल्ट मिलने वाले हैं, हम एग्जाम में पास होंगे या फेल, whether we would be able to deliver or not, so we would be able to focus a lot on our input. तो जो हम दे पाते हैं वो बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है. We try to give our best when we are not focusing on the outcome, and when we give our best, we receive the best. So that's the beauty of Ishwar Pranidhan. So by following these yam and niyams, we try to control our behavior. Our behavior becomes very good. Now come to the third limb, that's asana, that everybody knows is a physical posture. And asanas are so well designed centuries ago that it relaxes our mind and it, exercises each and every muscle, each and every nerve, and each and every gland of our body. It takes away the fatigue and makes our nervous system more and more calm. If we do any physical exercise, we feel tired after doing that exercise. Physically, we are tired, and mentally, we don't have any control on our mind. But we are performing in asana, we feel relaxed, we feel regenerated, we feel charged, to do anything. And the most important thing is through asanas, when we are stabilizing our body in a particular posture, we are trying to control the mind. So our mind also comes in our control. Sthiram Sukham Asana. जिसमें स्थिति में हम स्थिरता से सुखपूर्वक बैठ सकते हैं वही आसन. तो आसन हमें सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज देता है सुख का. कोई भी आसन आप करेंगे उसके बाद you feel so happy. And when we perform these asanas, all the duality of fame and shame, of victory and defeat, of profit and loss, of body and mind and soul, all the duality vanish when we focus on an asana. Because all our attention is inside our body and the focus is not on posture, but the focus is on our breath. So then the magic happens. So now understand pranayama. In pranayama, there are 3 steps involved. We take the inhalation, that is called the pudak. Then we hold the breath for a while, that's called the kumbhak. And then we release the breath, the exhalation, that's called the recha. So when our mind is empty of all the illusions, that's the true recha, that's the true exhalation. And when we fill our mind with the intention that we are neither the body nor the mind, we are only the soul. So that's the true pudak, that's the true inhalation. And by retaining the mind on this thought that we are neither the body nor the mind, just the soul, just the observer, is the true kumbhak. And when we do pranayama, we are trying to control our mind by focusing on our breath, because breath is the only present thing. ना हम कल के लिए सांसें ले सकते हैं आने वाले कल के लिए, और अगर कल हमने ठीक से सांसें नहीं ली थी तो उसकी भरपाई हम आज अच्छी सांसें लेकर नहीं कर. So pranayama is the only present thing. हम सिर्फ अभी के लिए ही सांस ले सकते हैं और सिर्फ अपने लिए ही ले सकते हैं, हम किसी और के लिए भी नहीं. So that's the beauty of pranayama. So how to do it effectively is just to focus on your inner self. Because pran shakti is our life force energy, and most of the time we are not focusing. We are take it for granted. We never feel gratitude for our breath. which is giving us everything, which is giving us life, we don't know how we are doing it and why we are doing it and the importance of it. So start appreciating your breath and start expressing your gratitude with each and every breath to understand the magic of prana. Then comes to the fifth limb, that's pratyahara. Pratyahara is drawing your senses within your body. Most of the time, our senses are entangled in the outside world. What's happening? Our eyes are busy watching what's happening. Our ears are busy watching listening, what's happening outside. हमें पता ही नहीं होता कि अंदर क्या हो. तो प्रत्याहार के द्वारा हम अपने senses को अंदर लाते. It's not suppressing your senses, but it's using them wisely. And by putting them at rest, we are increasing their power. जब हम अपने senses को अंदर लाते हैं, जब हम उनके ऊपर ध्यान रखना शुरू करते हैं, तो वो धीरे धीरे बहुत शांत हो जाते हैं. और उस स्थिति में यह स्थिति हमारी आउटर वर्ल्ड से इनर वर्ल्ड में जाने का एक लिंक है प्रत्याहार. We start moving towards our inner self through this pratyahara. So it's very beneficial for us, and all the covering of ignorance is reduced when we start practicing pratyahara. We become more and more intelligent, more and more wise. Now comes the next step. That's dharana. Dharana means to concentrate. Concentrate we can do on something inside our body or something outside our body. Inside में हम कहीं भी अपने दोनों बाहों के बीच में आज्ञा चक्र जिसे हम कहते हैं वहां अपना ध्यान लगा सकते हैं. अपने नासाग्र पर लगा सकते हैं, अपने मणिपुर चक्र पर लगा सकते हैं. There are 8 chakras in our body. We can concentrate our mind on any of the chakra, or we can concentrate on our breath. If we want to concentrate on something outside, we can do Tratak. Tratak में हम एक ज्योति, एक दिया जलाकर रखते हैं और दिए की लौ पर हम अपने आप को फोकस करते हैं. अब इस कंसंट्रेशन से क्या होता है? जब हम किसी चीज पर अपने माइंड को कंसंट्रेट करते हैं, तो धीरे धीरे माइंड में थॉट्स आना जो है वो कम हो जाता है. अब थॉट्स कम आएंगे तो क्या होगा? द क्वालिटी विल इंप्रूव. सोचो अगर ट्रैफिक जैम होगा, बहुत सारे थॉट्स आ रहे हैं, उसमें बहुत सारे नेगेटिव आते हैं, बहुत सारे पॉजिटिव आते हैं, बहुत सारे वेस्ट थॉट्स आते हैं, तो जो काम के थॉट्स है ना वो खो जाते हैं. So when we are trying to concentrate on something, we have been able to catch the positive thoughts and their power increase. That's the magic of dharana. जब हम इस धारणा को थोड़ी और ज्यादा देर तक होल्ड कर पाते हैं बिना किसी स्टिमुलस के, अभी तो हमने देखा कि उसको हम कैसे इंटरनली कहीं फोकस करके, आउटसाइड में कहीं फोकस करके करते हैं. इन ध्यान, इन मेडिटेशन, दैट्स द सेवेंथ लिंब, हम बैठ जाते हैं and then we observe. We are not attached to anything. We are not attached to our body. We are not attached to our mind. We are not attached to anything. We are just observing. So when we are observing, our mind is set free. It becomes free from everything, free from suffering, free from any tension. इतना आनंद आता है कि दिमाग में कोई टेंशन ही नहीं होती. जो स्थिति हम पाना चाहते हैं, बहुत कोशिश के बाद वो हमें अचानक से ही मिल जाती है जब हम कुछ भी नहीं सोचते. So how to incorporate it into your daily practice? Just make it a routine कि हमें 5 मिनट बैठना है रोज बिना कुछ टेंशन के, कुछ भी नहीं करना, कुछ सोचना नहीं है, कुछ करना नहीं है. Our body is still, our mind is still, our senses are still. And we थोड़ी शुरू में जब आप ये करेंगे ना, आपको बहुत बोर लगेगा, आपको लगेगा नहीं नहीं मेरे से नहीं होता, घड़ी देखना शुरू कर देंगे, ओहो कब 5 मिनट होंगे, I need to get. But if you have been able to do it for 1 week continuously, you will start feeling the magic. इतना कुछ होने लगेगा आपके अंदर, और जो चीजें आप करना चाहते थे, जिन चीजों के आंसर आपको कभी नहीं मिलते थे, वो अपने आप मिलने शुरू हो जाएंगे. You will be able to start receiving from the source, directly from the source without any adulteration. So that's the magic of dharana and dhyana. Now comes the 8th limb, that's samadhi. Samadhi is the internal bliss. It happens when the creation and creator becomes one. There is no duality. We become one with the source. And we all know that the source is abundant. So when we become one with the source, we feel this abundant energy. So we always think that abundance is something, from getting from the outside world and then we take inside. But through following these 8 limbs, we understand that it happens from inside out. We are abundant inside with our divine qualities. And through samadhi, we become one with the divinity. We become a divinity ourselves. So then we start expressing into the whole world. अब हमें लगता है कि हमारे पास बहुत कुछ आ गया और हमसे होल्ड नहीं हो रहा. We can't hold it, in our heart. Our heart becomes too small to hold this love, to hold this abundance, to hold this happiness. And we start giving it to others. We start expressing it in a beautiful way. And that's the magic of yoga. So all these 8 limbs are interconnected, interdependent, and interrelated. And I told you how to apply these in our life. अभी 1700 साल पहले पतंजलि ने हमें दी है. अब आज की डेट में इनकी क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है? बहुत लोगों को, यंगस्टर्स को लगेगा कि दे आर ऑफ नो यूज, क्या करेंगे हम इसका. लेकिन अगर हम इसे अभी प्रैक्टिकल डोमेन में अपने जुड़े, तो इफ वी आर फॉलोइंग यम एंड नियम, जब एक बच्चा पैदा होता है तो उसके पास में रिलेशंस होते हैं जो उसको निभाने हैं. ही डजंट हैव अ चॉइस. ही हैज अ मदर, फादर, ब्रदर, सिस्टर. अब उन रिलेशंस को निभाने के लिए ही हैज टू फॉलो दीज यम एंड नियम. और जब हम ये यम और नियम का पालन करते हैं तो हमारा सोशल कंडक्ट जो है वो बहुत अच्छा होता है. उससे हमारा जो कम्युनिटी क्वोशंट है, जैसे हम अपने आप को इंटरेक्ट करते हैं अपने एनवायरनमेंट में, अपने रिलेशंस में, वो सुंदर हो जाता है. सो व्हेन वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन यूजिंग द नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज वाइजली, कि हम अस्ते यूज करते हैं, हम उनकी चोरी नहीं करते, हम उनको पोजेस नहीं करना चाहते, हम बस उतना ही लेते हैं जितनी हमारी जरूरत है, और अपने सराउंडिंग्स को साफ रखते हैं. सो वी आर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ आवर natural quotient, the environmental quotient. That becomes true. And when we are, focusing on our behavior, we are also focusing on learning new things and expressing them to the world, sharing with them. So our intelligent quotient also improves. So we become strong in all these 3 quotients. While performing asana, our physical quotient is taken care of. We become physically fit. And also, not just physically, but mentally also. And each and every system becomes so strong. Because yoga is not a symptomatic treatment. हम ये नहीं सिम्टम करते कि हमारे सिर में आज दर्द है तो ये वाला आसन करें. It's just that, making the whole system strong, clearing the whole system. This is what the beauty of yoga is. हम अपने सिस्टम को इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग बना लेते हैं कि कोई डिजीज आए, कोई इंफेक्शन आए, हमें उस पर कोई प्रभाव ही नहीं. तो हमारा फिजिकल क्वेश्चन स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाता है अगर हम आसन. इफ वी आर प्रैक्टिसिंग प्राणायाम, हमारा इमोशनल क्वेश्चन जो है वो बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाता है, क्योंकि प्राणायाम से हमें स्ट्रेंथ आती है और हम बाहर की चीजों पर फोकस नहीं करते, हम अंदर फोकस करते हैं. उससे हमारा इमोशंस जो है वो बहुत अच्छे से हम एक्सप्रेस भी कर पाते हैं, और किसी की कुछ कहने से हम इमीडिएटली हर्ट नहीं. वी बिकम वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग इमोशनली. सो दैट इम्प्रूव्स आवर इमोशनल क्वेश्चन. When we practice pratyahara, जब हम अपने सेंसेस को इनवर्ड डायरेक्ट करते हैं, तब क्या होता है कि we are practicing, how to concentrate on a thing. हमारी जो सेंसेस है वो हमेशा बाहर की तरफ भागती है, उससे हमारा माइंड भी बाहर की तरफ भागता है. When we do multitasking, we are not being able to concentrate on one thing. We are not being able to give our best. So if we practice pratyahara, we will be able to give our best to our profession, to our occupation. So हमारा फाइनेंशियल क्वेश्चन बहुत स्ट्रांग हो जाता है, क्योंकि हम एक अच्छी तरह से if we give our 100% to our profession, we'll start getting 100% rewards. So that strengthen our financial quotient and our occupational quotient. Now, if we practice this dhyan, dharana, and samadhi, we travel inwards, and our spiritual quotient becomes strong. So that's the beauty of these 8 limbs. That even now, after 1700 years, they still hold the beauty, they still hold the values. And those who think that yoga is only just performing some asana or some pranayama, that was a brief introduction to them, that it's much, much wider concept. It's like traveling inside out, not from outside in. You are not traveling on the periphery, हमारी बॉडी में 5 कोश होते हैं. It's अन्नमय कोश, मनोमय कोश, ज्ञानमय कोश, विज्ञानमय कोश, and the 5th is आनंदमय कोश. तो जब हम bliss में पहुंच जाते हैं, जब हम abundance में पहुंच जाते हैं, when we are able to get connected to our inner divine self, तब हम आनंदमय कोश में. तब ये सारे कोश जो बाहर के आवरण है, जो बाहर के कोश हैं, ये छोटे हो जाते हैं और हमारा अंदर का आनंदमय कोश जो है वो इतना फैल जाता है कि पूरा विश्व हमारे लिए आनंदमय हो जाता है. That's the beauty of yoga, and that's a brief introduction of all these 8 limbs. So I hope I have been able to express these 8 limbs in a very brief way to you, but in a very simple way. I try to express them in a very simple way to you all. And to finish this practice, let's feel it inside. We'll do a short thing. We'll do the Bhramari Pranayama. For this, you have to sit comfortably, keep your back and the spine straight, and keep your index finger on your forehead, your middle finger, gently close the eyes, then with the ring finger, gently close your nose, and your small finger keep on the side of your lips. With the thumb, just close the cartilages of your ears. Take a deep in breath. Draw all your senses inward, and while exhaling, make a humming sound. One more time, take a deep breath, and while exhaling, make a humming sound. One more time, let's practice it again. Take a deep breath. Gently rub your eyes, rub your hands, and put them on your eyes, and gently open your eyes. I hope you enjoyed today's session and I've been able to add some value to your time.
थैंक यू वंदना जी. एक तो आपने है ना बहुत इतना सुंदर से एक पुरानी बात याद आ गई, मुहावरा कि सागर को गागर में डालना. तो आज का जो सेशन था ना वो ऐसा ही लग रहा था. इतना ही ज्यादा बहुत सारा ज्ञान है, बहुत सारी बातें हो सकती हैं, लेकिन आपने उसको बिल्कुल कंसाइज करके कोशिश करी कि 30 मिनट के अंदर में उसको समझा दिया. वो बहुत अच्छा समझ में आया. और सबसे जो अच्छी बात मुझे समझ में आई, द पॉइंट इज द आनंदमय कोश and the abundance and the happiness which is already there in all of us. The only point is how we initiate that first, so that the remaining 8 domains become as easy as anything. So it entirely depends on us whether we want to start with the physical, then mental, then emotional, financial, and remaining 8 domains, or we start with the abundance and the happiness. So that the moment we start connecting to the source, rest all become a game. And then you start flourishing, you start being abundant, you start connecting to happiness. You're always who you are, and then you have unlimited potential possibilities. Thank you, Vandana ji, for highlighting all such points. And I request all to please switch on your videos, ask questions if you have any. Till the Zoom allows us to continue, we'll continue. Please ask as many as questions, because your question will be my question also. Thank you. नीलम जी कुछ पूछना चाहती हैं? You have to unmute yourself.
No questions, but yes, one thing I would like to say, it was very informative, very enriching, but many things, to grasp yet. I could not absorb all, but whatever I could, it was wonderful.
Okay, we can request Vandana ji to take one session for all the 8 limbs, so that we'll be able to listen to all the 8 limbs individually, and keep on adding, because we are all lifelong learners. So we wish to learn more from Vandana ji now. At least I am eager to learn more.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Vandana.
Okay,
Thank you, Vandana.
Thank
So
you.
nicely you have explained. I always want to be happy, and I am always happy with grace of God.
That is that. So this happiness is contagious. The moment we
Yes.
get more happy people like you, we all will be happier. Thank you, Neelam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It's
So rest, either please show us your faces and whether you are physically there or not. So can we switch on the videos? Thank you. Thanks, Mamtaji. Thanks. A quick introduction so that we understand that yes, because the names, the RA, I am not sure whom I'm talking to. So RA should explain what RA stands for.
Two sister-in-laws. Mamta, she is from UK, and
Okay.
RA is Ratna Agarwal.
Great.
So my family is there today.
Oh yes. Oh, this is so good. Thank you. Thanks of joining us here. Praveen Agarwal ji is yeah.
My brother.
Okay, great. So they'll be feeling proud that so you are now teaching the whole world. I feel I feel so good that this is the first session and such a joyful energy is there. So I feel because well start is half done. तो पहला सेशन अच्छा होगा तो आगे हमारी लाइफ अच्छी ही होने वाली है, कंटिन्यू रहेगी.
It should be as good as the end.
Yes.
It's funny, no end journey. We should enjoy the journey together.
Absolutely, we should.
और आपका आइडिया बहुत अच्छा था कि हर एक लिम्ब पर एक सेपरेट सेशन करें.
Yes. क्योंकि जब मैं वो 5 हाँ बोलिए आप बोलिए.
जैसे मीना जी ने कहा कि बहुत कुछ था ऑफर पर लेकिन सब कुछ एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर पाए. I completely agree with that. Even I couldn't take it all in. And I've held this curiosity about all these different yama and niyama from yoga, and I feel it will really enrich our yoga practice if we can understand these and practice yoga with this understanding.
So, Vandana, should we request you to please plan a schedule and at least one limb every week you should cover in detail. And if you want, we can go for a lengthier session so that, and we are very curious, souls. मजा आएगा जब आप पूरी तरह एक point को हमें detail में explain कर देंगी और practically हमसे करवा भी लेंगी.
ठीक है, that I'll do. Half an hour for one should be enough for us.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. You are so kind. Thank you.
It was just an introductory session,
Yes. So, but you have triggered so many things. I can see and feel the energy that the triggering is happening and everybody is so eager, so curious to learn more. Prachi, you want to say something? Preeti, Anupam, Prachi.
Sir, she has told so many things that we need time to absorb it, and then we'll think over it.
Absolutely.
I tried, to incorporate lessons so that it won't be confusing, but I had to, cover it as a topic as a whole.
No, very nice. At least we have been exposed to that framework of the entire course of yoga. That is fine. But we do need separate sessions.
Okay.
And you have given me enough feed for doing my research. So what I'll do, I'll create my content, I'll pass it on to you. With your experience, you can polish it, pass it on to all, and let us put it in the blog form also. So those who are able to read it, let us not stop here. You are the source. So why not we get connected to the source and start radiating the energy to the whole world? I am in for this.
I'll do it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you everyone for your time.
So we'll take a leave and thanks for your positive energy. Namaste.